Cuarta partida, aquí vemos a FaceDubs que ha ganado la tercera partida. Vemos que en top 10 está Bugas, Kate, Dubs, Peter Pan, King, que por cierto murió al principio de la anterior partida. Así que nada, aquí veis las llamas, el mapa. Como veis, Tifo ya ha caído otra vez arriba en el bloque, como no. Y pues nada, vamos a ver a Dubs, está cayendo en lo que viene siendo la nieve. Y nada. 46 de los 68 puntos de la clasificación de Dubs se clasificó, o sea, para la World Cup. Madre mía.
Strictly, so he definitely knows how to get to endgame. We already know him as one of the most mechanically gifted players, especially with his duo partner Mega. Who, by the way, they're both qualifying. One of the only teams that are full qualified.
And sitting right next to one another as well, as you saw when Dubs picked up the win. His first person to congratulate him, his teammate Mega. Now, Rux. There you go. That's what I want out of Rux.
Ahí vemos a Rux con la primera eliminación, madre mía.
Shaking the head, shaking the head.
Feels bad, man.
Oh, and
when friends collide.
Vemos a Nix.
Ouch.
Yeah, que era su compañero encima.
Nix and Niddle. Nix, a Brazilian player. He was clinical during the qualifiers. Always seeing him in the top 10 each and every week that he played. Everyone in the region, everyone in the Brazil region knows how good Nix is. There's one player right below him, and maybe Niddle is going to experience that for himself. Nix does have that life lead.
Nix contra Niddle.
Niddle, a little weak on the HP side as well.
Listen, Nix is here to show why he's the first qualified solo and duo player from the Brazilian region. There's only a few players who have the title of being fully qualified or double qualified for the competition here. Nix is one of them.
He's hearing all that movement up above him. Niddle does have the high ground for the time being. He goes in for the challenge, and that's
ahí está Nix, encima le baila, madre mía. Por Brasil. Ahí está, tiene una Scar, madre mía.
Nix comes out on top. He wiggles his finger at the camera and says, no, no, not today. Snobby Shores is his home here.
And the good news is he won't get eliminated right away after he does a little motion to the camera. Yeah, Nick, I love you, buddy.
You know, no instant karma for him.
No instant karma for him.
No hay karma.
Look at Moffin.
No han puesto a Mongraal en ningún momento. Me siento intimidado.
Japan as well, 15 years of age. Got a lot of great players from Japan that have joined us in New York City this weekend.
Tons of young competitors. We saw a great performance from Sinnoh, O-King yesterday, but Letwike and Twins, they've really been going at it here and in Paradise Palms.
The only players here, so the winner of this one's going to take it all. 7 builds for Letwike.
Ahí está Letwike
Little Dire. Twins
contra
also
Twins.
going to be in a rough spot too, and then won't get an opportunity to be able to pop that big potion there unless he goes for it. Okay, he's making it happen. He's going for the big potion pop, and he does get it. That's going to give him a slight advantage in this fight.
The difference was no hesitation here as Letwike is going back in it, even with the health disadvantage here.
Oh, that shield's going to be gone out of that one, Monster.
Madre mía, será aliado, ahí está, Twins ha caído.
Caught looking, and that's Let, who will benefit with that chug jug.
I'll tell you this, so much confidence. Confidence is key when it comes down to these PvP battles. He just went all the way.
Ahí está Isa.
And he was, you know, hell-bent on getting
qué bonito escobetazo le ha pegado.
We haven't seen any Shifty Shafts action all weekend long. Good to see Ghost Isa here on the main stage, as he deserves as much love as anyone else. What's he gonna do? How's he gonna represent for himself and his fans?
It's a battle, cross-regional battle here between Moffin and Isa. Moffin from Japan, putting this region on the map, perhaps. Isa, well-known player in the space.
Madre mía, Isa. Ahí está curándose Isa. Muffin que no tiene... ¡Oh! Por detrás. Suele pasar. Mega mata a Isa. Pobrecito Isa. La que le ha pegado Mega, chaval.
We wanted some shifty shafts action and we got it right there. They are just unfortunately in the warpath of Mega. He lands right outside of this area. Good on him to...
Ahí vemos a King. Ahí está King intentando subir puntos porque el King...
Taking out Teak.
Yeah, the King elimination on Teak. Huge for him.
All right, unknown Army.
Army aquí de
Touched up
nuevo.
on him in his pass earlier today. At one point, he was actually somewhat shunned out of the competitive discourse for being too aggressive. Little did he know that was the perfect way to find himself here at the World Cup stage, because it was all about pushing players and getting eliminations.
Everyone has their opinion.
Va a rotar con lo que vienen siendo las bases celestiales.
I'll tell you this, he came right back as being everyone's, favorite friend all of a sudden.
That's good, that's good. Obviously, it's, this is a competitive game that is still continuing to evolve and grow. Players, trying to learn one another's personalities and stuff. I understand we do have a replay, though, from one of the other eliminations that had happened earlier on. This is Pika. Look at this, Pika jumping forward, finds one in front. That's
Ahí está, uno.
Now having to look at
Y
Pika,
dos, madre mía.
That was nasty. Pika made him pay.
Worth a quick two-piece chicken nugget.
Ahí está, Mongraal sigue vivo.
So unfortunate. Aqua's really been struggling so far in the solo competition, but I'm sure it's a breeze for him now, being that
Mongraal sigue vivo, ¿crees que no nos agradece?
Right now, Aqua's playing with house money. That's what we like to say. A huge performance from Zayt yesterday, but unfortunately for him, not going to be the case in Game 4. Hood J, his first elimination is on to one of Fortnite's greats, Zayt. But the fight continues against Dracons.
It's an artillery strike right here, and Dracons is going to have to back up here. Hood J is going to get a moment of peace because he's in the lowest level. He doesn't have to worry too much. Dracons trying to axe his way through the middle, and he's trying to loot right there. That's his loot, respectively, if he can snatch it really quickly, but no, he's more focused on this battle right now. And sets up a cone as well.
And Dracons, from the Brazilian region, so there's just aggression. That's what they do. They'll go after the fights, and they want to get in your face. They don't care. They don't care what region you're from.
Absolutely loving the rhythm right now. He's really messing with the cadence of his axes, but he's going to get punished. And now he's on the defense.
Madre mía, aquí está en la defensa.
Takes a defensive stance to go ahead and heal.
Doesn't have any shields, no minis, unlike Hood J, who has 2 more remaining.
This is going to allow him to bounce back. He's got all the mats now, Golden Boy.
Yeah, he's got everything to work with.
La verdad es que...
Sometimes...
Que no pongan a Mongraal me parece, vamos.
Farm up, pick up as much as you can, or maybe even disengage from a fight. It may not be worth it. It's okay to disengage. Play the safe game. There's no reason that you gotta get aggressive, get in their
Vale, quedan
face.
73 personas, es cuarta partida, chicos. Que si os podéis suscribir no estaría nada mal, y con el código BUBICINDY se agradecería un montón, chicos, ya sabéis. Ahí está Crew intentando matar a Pika. Qué bonita granada le mete a Pika, pero no le hace nada de daño. Madre mía. Aquí está Crew intentando ganar la construcción. Y si hubiese titlado ahí un segundillo antes, chaval. Ahí está, la gana. Ay, le ha dado. Suele pasar. Ahí en la defensa ahora se encuentra. Ahí vemos, Pika, no sé, creo que Crew tiene más vida, pero bueno, están bastante igualados los dos de vida. Qué buen toquecito que le ha pegado. Ahora o no le hacen daño a los jugadores o les quitan vida. 25 de vida.
Crew, a double qualified competitor here. Didn't play in the duos competition yesterday. And of the two, he's the one who just goes in. He's not the IGL. Let's see how he can handle himself here when...
Veamos, ya venía la tormenta, madre mía. Uf. La tormenta es que o se mueve no... Dicen que está muy lejos la tormenta, la verdad es que sí, está súper lejos.
Now you're inside of the storm monster. What do? You're engaging in this fight. You're losing health little by little. What's the play now? Oh no!
Ahí está. Y ahí tiene. Pika tiene ya más 50 de vida y con el botiquín.
Can fly back. He's really far from the safe zone.
I just gotta say that was Crew's game to win.
Ahí está King, King a 200 de vida y por dentro, para arriba tiene a un jugador, así que pues bueno, vamos a ver si le puede dar un toquecito a otro.
This is from Pika's perspective and how he got the better of Crew with the burst SMG, the weapon that I happen to favor quite a bit. I like it, although I do like to set myself up for failure sometimes, so I'll pick up the burst SMG. It won't really end that well for me, but for these players here, they know how to take advantage of each item in Fortnite. They're so good at really working with what's in front of them. Now the format, as we mentioned before, we're pretty far from it, okay? So when you get to 25th place, that's when the placement points start to tick, but each elimination is going to give a crucial point. These have been some low point games.
Uy, que lagazo.
Online qualifiers wondering, man, we're seeing players getting 60, 70, 80 points, even 100 in some instances. Those are the online qualifiers, a different format. These are the best players in the world going against one another. The gameplay is going to slow down just a little bit as they all...
Ahí está, dicen, claro. Vale, ya está, dicen que el juego va, o sea, que va a estar un poco más largado ya que están todos ahí.
Positions up and the heavy congestion begins, but King doesn't care about that because he's King. He's looking for a fight in arguably the worst zone to fight in.
King va por bajas que tiene que jugar puntos, entiendo.
He's a savage. He's a savage. He does not want anyone else to sit up upon that throne. It should only be him, but it's okay. Sometimes
dicen que solo tiene que ser él el que se siente en un trono, porque es claro, se llama rey. Madre mía.
And look at this, look at that. That was so brilliant. He changes his angle there. He says, you know, I'm not going to use this side. I'm going to go around and start collapsing in on you, just losing or pushing that player out in uncomfortable ways.
Oh, I like this. He's going down low.
Master at finding angles here. He's just looking for the best way to break apart his opponent right now, and he's really playing mind games. Now,
¿por dónde le viene? ¿Por aquí? ¿Por no? ¿Por el otro? Madre mía, no sé ni por dónde le viene.
All forms of real estate right here.
You know, King, he just constantly wants to be in your face.
64 personas en la tercer punto de la tormenta, chicos.
Just know where everyone is. Like that is a trait that you know, a lot of the players that are up here, they do have it, but in this South American region like this, where there have been obviously not a lot of players coming out of this for this particular tournament, I think King has put this region on the map without a doubt.
He is truly representing here. This King is tracking is phenomenal. He's still keeping track of Tuesday here.
Diego está vivo, no sé si Prisionero sigue vivo o no.
Refortify all of this area. Sanctioning to himself here. This is why he's in the running in the top 10 here. We saw him get taken out earlier before, but this is why he plays the high risk, high reward. If I'm being honest, that's how you take first place. You put it all out there and
go big or go home.
Everything goes in your favor, honestly.
Go big or go home. King fight over on the mountain there. Tuzi's next to him, as well as Keemstar.
Ahí está, King se larga.
He's flying over to the next target here.
He just doesn't stop. Into another box fight he goes. And now he's gonna reposition here and set up for the prime push.
This is ridiculous.
Look, he's still going.
He does not care, people. King wants to jump into your box.
Oh, ahí está. Madre mía, la que le ha dado.
He's not here to play. Laser's gonna
Lasers, ha matado a Lasers.
We thought Bugha was one of the best box fighters. Hold up, it's time to do some reviews here, because King is putting himself on the map here.
All I want, Bala, if you're listening, I just want you to do a VOD review of King, okay?
Get us a VOD review, please.
Hopefully we can just agree on that.
Hagan un
Wild stuff,
review aquí.
man. Gets the
Bueno, la
window.
verdad es que madre mía se la está sacando un poco,
Right to the
¿sabes?
face. Right to the
Él va a ir a por puntuación, por eliminaciones, está más claro que el agua. Aquí está Dubs. No sé si Mongraal seguirá vivo.
They would have been content with being somewhere safe in the
He had a
next zone.
target and he just
Ahí
went right
está,
for it.
Dubs a la misma de antes, con Boloncho.
Here we have Dubs now. Center
Benji
zone.
sigue vivo.
Still
Trix
has
está
the
al
baller.
fondo.
Bucky still in the running here. Leshy also getting right next to Dubs. Also has a baller, so they're probably not gonna get into too much of a battle, but who knows?
Maybe they'll be
Storm
baller
Surge
buddies.
is still a thing. Maybe they will be baller buddies.
Maybe. But you're right though about the Storm Surge. You really are, because if you're not putting
Ahí
in
está
damage,
Lexi.
0 eliminations for Leshy right now. How much?
Que lleva en verdad 0 eliminaciones, madre mía.
Gonna be above it.
Ahí está Dubs con también 2 eliminaciones.
That minigun goes right through your build.
Dubs tiene
Very powerful.
el rank, es el mejor que ha dado, es el que más ha dado daño en esta partida, así que pues bueno, es un factor bastante interesante.
We just talked about Storm Surge. That's why you want to be proactive. You want to shoot at anything that moves. Because realistically, you don't know when you're going to find yourself in that precarious situation.
Benji
where you have
Fish,
to push someone
Dubs.
like pretty much with
Y no encuentro más de
And
estos.
we were talking about this before we jumped on the cast. I think it was Zayt we were discussing. He was really good at not putting himself in a position, but still to take.
Ahí está Benji Fish con la eliminación. Storm.
First elim for him there.
saw that he put the trap above his head through the window edit, opens it up and hits him with the pump.
Now we're on his perspective. But as we were mentioning before, sometimes from a safe position, go for the shots.
Aquí está
Go
King
for the
otra
shots.
vez.
Maybe you get a few damage perhaps, and King, he's taking fights outside as well.
King is still here to play Golden.
Ahí está King al lado de la tormenta, madre mía.
53 builds for him, running with that blue combat shotgun. Great range on that item. It's far away though.
Ahí está
from
Diego
where the
Heaven.
half-in,
No
half-out
es
circle is gonna be.
español
We're
o
at
es inglés.
Zone 5. This is when things start to get a little crazy. What does King have as an option?
Tifue ha matado a
Looking
Kurtz.
for people
Tifue sigue vivo.
and then punishing them, maybe trying to get
Que no lo hemos visto esta partida, la verdad. Mira, ahí está Tifue al fondo. 49 personas vivas todavía, madre mía.
Recap on materials right now because he doesn't have enough to full tunnel across here. Knowing his playstyle, he's probably going to want to push here. And there it is.
Y
He
se
actually
va.
found a launch pad, so his game awareness was at an all-time here.
Ahí está Tifue.
Take a look here. Tifu, nice little replay right there. One of his first elims.
Y le no. Ah, sí, sí, vale. Creía que no la habían. Creía que se lo habían quitado, ¿sabes?
Tifu on the board.
Ahí está King, de nuevo.
King. What are the chances of that one? Yeah, the good old community launch pad right there. Great neighbors.
Paying attention to what's going on here. And Tifu make a big comeback for himself here.
A little concerned about that player who had edited out. And Tifu did have the mark on him.
Mr. Savage ha matado a. Bueno,
You
AP,
hate
H,
that one.
ahora sí.
When you just get focused on so much, you're out and about trying your best to stay up in this game. And then everyone looks at you and Tifu
Oh,
again. He's doing
Prisionero ha
damage, but
matado a
he's not
Hábilme,
getting
madre mía,
the
Prisionero tras
eliminations.
pasar.
Other people are siphoning those away from him.
As Prisionero was just snatched from him. That's another point that unfortunately does not go his way here. He does have some shadow bombs though, so he will be able to make it to this next zone. He decides that he's close
Tifu
enough
que
to
no
try and
tiene.
tarp in, but now he becomes the
No tiene lo que
target of the
viene
server
siendo
because he's only building
balas.
wood here.
Está un poco escaso de balas, Tifu. Ahí vemos a Dubs abajo con 2 eliminaciones.
That will give you an indication
Creo que
of
es que
where
ha
they
venido
are
a por
currently.
balas, correcto, ¿no?
Players do build around
Ha ido a por
box
balas,
metal,
Tifue, porque
perhaps.
necesitaba balas, no
Metal is
tenía
strong
balas.
structure.
Ahí
You're
está.
wondering, maybe watching for the first time, wondering what's going on here.
Se la han liado a Dubs.
Winner Dubs. 2 eliminations. Still has that baller, but it is a very weak baller. I mean, look at that thing. It is cracked up.
Not only that, he doesn't have health either. He is very, very weak here. He has tons of materials though. He just has to play for placement to continue to hold this lead that he has right now on the competition. King gets taken out by Mongraal, unfortunately, right there, and Bugga is still in the running here as he catches Flexi, and the kill feed is lighting up right now as players are dropping, and we're approaching placement points finally here.
We're getting very close to it, Monster. Once we hit 25th place, everyone's going to start to earn some points.
Ahí está, venga, voy a cambiar ya la calidad para que sea un poquín mejor.
Right at the side of your screen, 3 points for everyone still alive, but Dubs.
¿Qué está pasando? Ay, la wifi. Ahí está, Tifo sigue vivo. Mr. Savage también. Tú, tío, me da mierda de wifi que tengo yo, tío. Bajamos la calidad. Ahí está, Mr. Savage abajo. ¿Qué está pasando? Tifo sigue vivo.
Build around and protect themselves and hope that they can continue to gain more placements as we take a look at the overhead.
That's right, he was holding his breath because he needed to get that top 25. He didn't break it through in time. Everyone left in the game has already gotten placement points here, but you want to play for the next.
Prisionero y Mr. Savage sigue vivo. Mongraal también sigue vivo. Ahí vemos a Mongraal al fondo, madre mía. Mongraal sigue vivo. Riversan en la altura. Mongraal gana a Tifo, madre mía. Prisionera muy poca vida. Mr. Savage abajo del todo, quitándose vida. Mr. Savage no está en el punto, está quitándose vida. Mongraal elimina a Benjifish. ¡Madre mía, Mongraal! ¡Ay, el Mongraal, chaval! Yo creo que el Mongraal se ha puesto las pilas ya, ¿eh? ¡Ostras, el Mongraal!
So many players are landing in front of Mongraal here. Coming down to the wire. Top 9 remaining.
Ahí está, Mongraal le da otro. Por fin ponen a Mongraal. Es que pedazo de luz que tiene. Ahí está Mongraal y Mr. Savage siguen vivos. Buga también sigue vivo. Bizel, Takarón. Ostras. Pero ¿qué le pasa al directo a este, tío? Ahí está. Mongraal mata a Ne.
He had to fully commit there. Those are the matches that he needed. He's still in the game here. He's going to go all the way for it, and that's the trade out with the 109 to the face here.
¡Madre mía, Mongraal!
We're into a 1v1,
Con
1v1 top 4 players now. Mongraal in the ultimate low ground, going up against a
Mongraal se mata a Buga, madre mía.
Against Mongraal, who does get picked quite a bit. He loses a lot of HP. No more builds.
Y Mongraal pierde. Salm ha ganado la partida. GG, buena Mongraal. Madre mía, Mongraal, chaval. Qué buena jugada que se ha hecho el Mongraal. Ahí está Mongraal. Demostrando lo bueno que es. GG.